The following is transcribed.
Welcome to Bat-Supe, the never nutritious, definitely delicious podcast dedicated to the old-time radio adventures of Superman and the dynamic duo. Buckle your utility belts for lots of staking out, plenty of counter plans, and aerial surveillance galore. Before we get to today's adventure, let's pause for this important message.
Well, gang, we couldn't be more excited to report that everyone is flocking to stores and stockpiling all the never nutritious, definitely delicious Bat-Supe they can get their hands on. Our latest swell prize, the glow-in-the-dark kryptonite slime, is such a huge hit that everybody is clamoring for it. But don't you worry, even with an unprecedentedly high demand, we're keeping the supply rolling across the border to stores each and every day. So go ahead and have Mom buy extra cans of Bat-Supe with that neato-rific kryptonite slime inside. And you don't have to use the official Bat-Supers Petri dish to keep it in. Why, I know that some fellows and girls are keeping theirs in a clear glass jar, like the ones you might use for catching fireflies on warm summer nights. In fact, any clear container will do, as long as you can see that warm green glow coming from your bedside table. You'll be able to enjoy our kryptonite slime for a good long time. In fact, we're not sure how long it'll keep glowing, but that just means the fun will last even longer. Get yours inside specially marked cans of Bat-Supe, available wherever fine podcasts are sold. Sometimes not knowing is the best part.
And now, Bat-Supe presents today's adventure. Part 4 of The Monkey Burglar has originally broadcast on February 17th, 1947.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, Superman and Batman face the desperate fact that so far everything that has happened has succeeded only in making the case against Robin very much blacker.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. You know, it seems like there's no lack of something to talk about when any of you fellas or girls get together, and no lack of something to do, because all the gang's collecting those exciting comic buttons in the new series from packages of Kellogg's Pep. So you all want to compare notes on how many buttons everybody's collected. And there's quite a business of trading duplicates, too. That's a swell way to add to your collection. Fact is, it seems like you might feel kind of out of things if you're not collecting Pep comic buttons. And these exciting prizes are so doggone smart-looking. Full, bright comic strip colors, the pictures of old funny paper favorites like Pat Patton and Cindy and Superman show up like anything when you wear your comic buttons pinned on your jacket or your dress or your cap. So hop to it, gang. Now, you don't have to send in any money, not even a box top, and you can't buy these comic buttons anywhere, but you'll find one inside every package of Kellogg's Pep you open. That's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Pep, the golden toasted whole wheat flakes with that catchy sunshine flavor. Yes, sir, and Pep's good for you, too. Mom knows that. It gives you added amounts of an energy vitamin, B1, and that good old sunshine vitamin D. So get your good eating and your exciting prizes, gang, from P-E-P, the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
And now, The Adventures of Superman. As you know, Robin, young companion of the famous Batman, has been arrested, accused of being the so-called Monkey Burglar, a daring, acrobatic young thief who, wearing a costume, hood, and mask similar to Robin's, has been scaling the outside walls of exclusive skyscraper apartments and robbing the wealthy occupants. Clark Kent finally persuaded Inspector Henderson to release the youngster for 48 hours, promising to produce the real monkey burglar in that time or return Robin to custody. Then, while Batman took his young companion to Jimmy Olsen's house, Kent baited a trap for the mysterious thief, unaware that a man called Spider had Robin trailed to Jimmy's house. As we continue that evening, Spider has stopped his car on the quiet street where Jimmy lives and lightly sounded his horn. A heavy-set man emerges from the shadows and strolls over to the car. Listen.
That you, Spider?
Yeah. What gives, Jonesy?
That Robin kid still in there.
Yeah? Where?
In that frame house across the street. The one where the hedge is.
Oh. Who's in there with him?
Young guy and his mother. Olsen, their name is.
You sure that Batman guy ain't around?
Positive. He brought Robin here and then vamoosed.
Good. I wouldn't want to tangle with him.
Me either, Spider.
Okay. Now, this should be a fight. Where's Slim?
Down at the corner. You want I should get him?
To help us handle 2 kids and an old dame? Nah. We'll pick him up on the way back. Get in.
Get in?
You heard me. Get in the car. I'm gonna run it up in front of the house.
Okay. What are we gonna do, Spider?
We're gonna fix it so the monkey burglar can operate again tonight. I got a bit of a job picked out for him.
Yeah? How you gonna fix it?
By taking care of this Robin character, that's how.
You mean you're gonna...
Yeah. Yeah, this has worked out perfect, Jonesy. It's unnatural.
Uh-huh. But what if this guy...
Hold it. This the place?
Yeah.
Okay, get out.
Oh, wait, Spider. You didn't tell me what to do yet.
I'll tell you. Now get out.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll leave the door open and the motor running. Come on.
Okay, but, will you please tell me?
Now listen, Jonesy. Now here's what we're gonna do. You walk up to the door, see? Ring the bell.
Swiftly issuing instructions, the man called Spider leads his henchmen up the steps to Jimmy Olsen's door. Meanwhile, unaware of the impending danger to Robin and Jimmy, Superman carrying Batman hurtles through the dark sky and checks his flight above the tall, exclusive apartment building known as the Windsor Arms.
Here we are, Batman. That's the Windsor Arms just below us.
I see. Where's that oil millionaire's apartment, do you know?
Yes, I checked and learned that Mr. Sims occupies the entire 18th floor.
Oh, that'll be a tough climb for Mr. Monkey Burglar.
Not at all. He's climbed as high as 22 stories.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're all set for him if he only shows up.
I think he will. My story in the Daily Planet says Mr. Sims and his wife have their valuable jewel collection in their apartment.
Uh-huh.
There are no special guards patrolling the building to watch out for our friend.
This setup is made to order for him, all right.
Certainly is. That's why I'm so sure he'll show up.
He's got to. It's the only way we can clear Robin.
Yes, I know.
Uh-oh.
10 o'clock.
It's pretty late. Where is that human fly?
It's still too early for him. Most of his jobs were pulled around 11.
Oh. Well, here's hoping he shows up a little earlier tonight. Superman. I'm afraid we drew a blank tonight.
Take it easy, chum. According to the record, this is about the time the monkey burglar goes to work.
Well, I wish you'd check in and punch the time clock. This waiting around up here in the sky is getting me down.
Well, I should have brought a reading lamp and a book for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I am doing a lot of griping.
Forget it.
But I'm worried about Robin. Inspector Henderson is practically convinced he's the monkey burglar.
We'll unconvince him as soon as we... Wait a minute. What's that?
What? Did you see our friend?
No, but I thought I heard something.
Naturally, I couldn't hear anything but the wind way up here. But everything looks quiet down below.
Oh, there it is again.
What is it?
A radio. And it said... Yes, it's in that police patrol car going past down there.
Oh.
Hang on, Batman. We're going down over that squad car to listen in. Down! That's the squad car just beneath us, Batman.
I can see that.
Quiet, wait a minute. There goes the radio again. Listen.
Cars 17 and 63. Go to 1116 West Willow Street at 1...
Say, that's Jim Olsen's address.
What? I can't understand.
Police officer wounded in gunfight.
Gunfight at Jim's house?
Good grief.
Hang on, Batman. We're going out there and fast.
Let her rip.
Up and away!
Alarmed, Superman rockets up from his position above the speeding radio car and streaks away toward Jimmy Olsen's house, carrying the equally worried Batman. Like a meteor torn from its orbit, The Man of Steel flashes along the dark skyways, and a moment later, he plummets to earth before the Olsens' brightly lighted little frame house. There, he and Batman find that one police squad car has already arrived, and an officer is holding back a small crowd. Inside the house, in the living room, a police sergeant is administering first aid to a patrolman who has been wounded in the leg. Quickly, Superman and Batman buttonhole Lieutenant O'Brien.
Lieutenant, where are Jim and Robin?
What happened?
As I get it from Patrolman Ross, that's him on the couch.
Yes?
He was walking up the street to his home. He lives just a block away.
Yes.
Go on.
He heard a rumpus going on at the Olsen door here, and then saw two men coming down the steps, dragging two boys.
Jim
And Robin?
Yeah? Well, Ross came on the double, calling to them, and both men fired at him.
Oh?
A bullet got him in the leg, and he dropped. Then by the time he got his own gun out and let go at them, they dumped the two boys in a car at the curb and stepped away.
Holy smoke.
Did the officer hit one then?
We don't know. They drove away so fast.
Great Scott.
Oh, heaven only knows where Robin and Jim are now, Superman. Or what's happened to them.
With the color drained from their faces, Superman and Batman stand rigid, shocked, wondering what may have happened to Robin and Jimmy Olsen. We'll know more when we return in a moment with the dramatic climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, fellas, you wouldn't like it, would you, if the girls in your crowd should collect more comic buttons than you did? Well, then you better hop to it. And be sure to be on hand every time Mom opens a new package of Kellogg's Pep. Because, from what I've seen, the girls are getting along mighty fast. Why, I've seen them wearing more comic buttons than you can shake a stick at. Pictures of Pat Patton and Tess Trueheart and Chief Brandon and Vitamin Flintheart, Judy and Corky, Superman himself, and all the rest of those 18 different buttons in this new series. That's right, 18 different characters in all. Each one bright-colored and clear-cut and just about the smartest thing you ever laid eyes on. Now, you'd sure hate to miss out on a single one, so you better get busy. First, ask Mom to get you a good supply of Kellogg's Pep, because that's the only way you can get these keen-looking comic buttons. You can't buy them anywhere, and you don't send in any money, not even a box stop. But you get one in every package of Kellogg's Pep you open. And say, here's something else you get in a box of Kellogg's Pep. Doggone swell eating. Yes, sir. Pep tastes so toasty and delicious that, well, your spoon keeps digging right in for more. So ask Mom for P-E-P, the Sunshine Cereal, Kellogg's Pep.
As we return now, it is an hour later. Superman and Batman have failed to find any trace of Robin and Jimmy Olsen. And now, with Superman in his guise of Clark Kent, they are in Inspector Henderson's office at police headquarters.
Look, Inspector, hasn't Patrolman Ross been able to give any description of the men who took Jim and Robin away?
No, Kent, none at all.
Uh-oh.
But how is it possible?
It was dark, you know, and he didn't get closer than 50 feet to them before he was shot.
Yeah.
And I understand Mrs. Olsen didn't see them either, because she was upstairs at the time.
That's right, Batman. Nope, we haven't a single clue, except that Ross thinks they took the boys away in a Chevy sedan. And as you know, there are any number of cars like that in Metropolis.
Yes, we can't count on that as a clue.
I can't figure it out. The Olsen house wasn't robbed. The boys don't have any money. What do you suppose was the purpose of taking them away?
I don't know.
I think
but
I can guess why.
Yeah?
Well, go ahead, Clark. If you have any ideas, for heaven's sakes, let's have them.
Well, I think the reason they took...
just a minute, Kent.
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, yes, Healy. What? What's that?
What's up, Inspector?
Where? When? Uh-huh. Well, that'll be a horse's neck. So that's the answer, huh?
What is-
Anything about Robin and Jim?
Wait right there, Healy. I'll be right out. You bet I will. Right. So long.
What happened, Inspector?
Yes, and what are you glaring at me for?
Because you and your friend Kent here took me for a sleigh ride, Batman.
What?
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean, Inspector?
I mean that Robin's done it again.
What? Robin's done what again?
I'm not so sure you don't know. But just to clear all possible doubts, I'll tell you. Robin was up to his monkey burglar tricks again tonight.
What?
Oh, no, that's
Oh, yeah.
impossible.
He scaled the outside wall of the Windsor Arms apartments.
The Windsor
Climbed
Arms?
18 stories, then entered and robbed the apartment of Mr. and Mrs. Howard Sims, the oil millionaires.
Oh,
What did
no.
I tell you?
Yeah, he locked up Mr. and Mrs. Sims in another room. Then he lifted their jewel collection, which is worth over $250,000.
Great Scott.
Now, wait, Inspector. It couldn't have been Robin.
It was Robin, all right. Robin, the monkey burglar. Because, again, the description given by both Mr. and Mrs. Sims identified
But
him.
how could it have
That's why Robin was supposedly abducted from Jim Olsen's house tonight. So he could rob the Sims place.
Are you kidding?
No. And nobody's kidding me either. Robin is the monkey burglar, and there's not a doubt in the world about it.
flabbergasted Clark Kent and Batman see the iron jaws of a cunning trap closing around Robin and realize to their dismay that if they had waited above the Windsor Arms apartments only a short time longer, they would have captured the real Monkey Burglar. But Robin, now branded a thief by the police, is missing, and so is Jimmy Olsen. Where are they, and what has happened to them? Rarely have Superman and Batman faced such a bewildering predicament as the one in which they are forced to fight a clever, ruthless foe was unknown to them. So be with us tomorrow when they seek to come to grips with the elusive Monkey Burglar and meet an even bigger surprise. For a thrill a minute, be sure to tune in tomorrow. Same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Hey, it's more fun than a picnic, gang, to open up your own individual package of your favorite Kellogg's cereal, pour on milk, and eat right out of the box. That's the Kell Bowl Pack in Kellogg's Variety. Saves washing dishes, and Mom likes Kellogg's Variety because it's got those nutritious Kellogg's cereals that are so good for you. 10 packages in all, different Kellogg's cereals like Pep and Rice Krispies, Corn Flakes, in a handy white, green, and red package. Just be sure it's Kellogg's Variety. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
That was part 4 of The Monkey Burglar from The Adventures of Superman. Thank you for listening. Never miss an episode of Bat-Supe by subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Bat-Supe is also available on YouTube and Facebook. Give us a thumbs up or a like or whatever the cool kids are calling it. Learn more at bat-supe.podbean.com. Well, that'll wrap things up for this episode of Bat-Supe, but be sure to tune in next time when you'll hear Clark Kent say...
Oh, now look, all this is getting us no place.
You know, gang, no one has much use for a blowhard. He's the kind of a guy who's always full of hot air. He's got the right word for every occasion and is always set with a ready-made speech that rolls glibly off the tip of his tongue. But has anyone ever seen a blowhard really do anything? You bet you haven't. And what's more, you never will. Well, some blowhards are sort of harmless. The worst thing they do is make a nuisance of themselves. But some of them get all loaded up with hot air about people. And when they start spouting their phony ideas of race prejudice and bigotry, well, then you kind of find yourself counting to 10 to keep from letting them have a sock in the nose. But violence never does any good with characters of that kind. You got to be able to out-talk them with facts, real solid facts that prove all men are created equal. And what's even more important, you've got to live that kind of thinking. That's brotherhood. And that's what makes for peace. You see, when you treat everyone like a regular Joe, no matter what the color of his skin or the way he worships God, then you're living brotherhood. You can do it in little ways. If you're scouting a good baseball player for your team, don't look at his skin color. Look at his throwing arm. If you need a new pitcher, don't ask his religion. Ask to see him sizzle a curve across the plate. That's the way you can show you really believe in brotherhood. Not by talking, by doing. By living up to brotherhood every day.